Welcome to We Funny AF, formerly the Imperial Ink Live podcast. Same crew, new dude. We got the upper echelon, end all be all duality part 108 hold up available across all streaming services. We still have the same website set up for merch at imperialinkmusic.com. Various t-shirts and masks. And we also have new merch on the way specifically for the podcast, and it's coming soon. So, let's get into this, y'all. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, them Imperial boys is back. Yeah. And of course, you know we had to come back on some new shit. Yeah. So, without further ado, I welcome you to the We Funny AF podcast. Yeah, I'm the one and only Figgz. I'm with my main man Biggs, and we about to take you there. Let's go. We Funny AF. 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 We Funny What up, y'all? It's We Funny AF coming at you from my studio. It's not really my studio, it's my living room. But we gonna get into this ear to the street. Yeah. Figgz is gonna bring up some shit because I don't know what we talking about. So hit me up. What's up?
It's just hit me in the Oakwoods when I was chilling today.
In the Oakwoods? What's the Oakwoods?
That's just out of nowhere for me. Okay. You know what I mean? I think the genius said he got his rhyme from the Oakwoods, but
the fuck does that mean?
Ask the woo.
Oh, okay.
But at the same time, how let me think of the best way to say this for you people. How much do we let people's expectations of us
dictate,
affect us?
Okay, affect us in general.
Yes.
Imperial Live, you know we bring that heat. It's time to get ready for the ear to the street.
That's deep.
That is deep. For some people, it's not for me.
Well, I think you, but see, I was going to dig on you.
I'll do that.
I'm going to dig because there's probably expectations that you don't count as expectations.
Possibly. Throw me some ideas of where you're going.
Well, you know, for one thing that gets on my fucking nerves is somebody's always trying to tell me how I should do my music.
Okay, yeah.
They're always trying to tell me that I should do this, I should do that. This is what you supposed to do, and this is what you need to do.
Right.
And, you know, I understand the concern and the hunger that they have for me, but them motherfuckers don't know shit about music. Not nothing.
So they come
hey man, you should do a song with a beat like this. I mean, I've had people tell me, you know, shit about my album, like, you know, close people, family members, that basically be like, you know, man, you shouldn't have gave them all that music. I tell you what you need to do. You need to go home and you need to cut that in half and make me a CD with just these songs on, and I'm gonna take them around and I'm gonna play them. But that other shit, no, just keep that. You don't need all that.
Wow.
And I'm just like, man, like that's insulting.
Especially being an artist.
And I used to let it affect me to a point. You know, they're still friends. Like I have friends who have healthy criticisms.
Right.
You know, that I know who's talking, you know, about the same shit, the real shit.
They know where you're coming from.
But they still have their opinions too.
Right.
And like I've learned that them niggas can be wrong too.
Yeah.
Niggas is wrong. They could be wrong too.
Yeah.
And then, I just try to ignore the motherfuckers over here in my ear telling me how I should do shit, but it's just so much. And and
that tends to happen when you do music, or anything artistically. People are going to always try to get in your head and tell you what you need to do.
I just have people who their expectations for me. I want to say, motherfucker, that ain't what I want to do. Like, you can't tell me what the fuck to do.
How would that be directed at me? Because you said you was gonna dig at me. So
there's sometimes that we do things that we really don't want to do, but we do them because we kind of care what a motherfucker might think slightly. Yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah.
I know when you do certain songs, when you do live shows, you want to avoid them at all costs, but you can't because people expect to hear those particular songs. You know what I mean?
But I mean, fuck music though. Like I can handle that. Like I'm gonna do what the fuck I want to do musically.
Right.
But I think there's expectations that's expected of you through maybe your relationship, or your family,
right,
or I look at you and say, damn, I could imagine what the expectations of you was before anyone knew that you were gay. Like, I mean, so I'd say that. You had to deal with that pretty harsh, but I just, people shouldn't. And another thing, you shouldn't expect yourself in other people.
Right.
And I'm learning
the God's honest truth.
I'm learning that because there's some motherfuckers that ain't even nowhere near how I feel. They don't have no kind of sympathy, no kind of compassion, no nothing. Just animal ass niggas.
Like I know certain people in my life who they expect too much out of other people. And my philosophy on that is I don't expect anything from anybody.
Right.
That way I'm never disappointed. I've said that so many times. But I have people in my life who look to other people to be like they are. They look for people to put out as much as they put in. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And I keep telling them, you can't do that because people are always going to let you down.
Right.
They're always going to let you down. So you don't need to do that. Your best bet is just do what you got to do to put your shit out there, and what you get back is what you get back. Period.
Okay. Let's dive deep then, because I just thought of an expectation.
Okay.
You have brothers and sisters.
Yes.
I have none.
Right.
So the expectations of me was actually, I don't even really think there was many expectations of my black ass. I was fucked up.
You wasn't shit.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
Now, you have brothers and sisters.
Yes.
Was there one kid out of the bunch that was expected more of, or did each one of y'all have certain expectations from your parents?
Yes and no. I mean, there's, and I hate to say this, but since we just don't put it out there was a favorite.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
Is that what you're asking?
Yeah,
there's an absolute
in a nutshell.
favorite.
Yeah, in a nutshell.
There's an absolute favorite. And that favorite cannot do any wrong.
Right.
It just does not happen. And for a long time, me and one of my other siblings. Now, this is barring my oldest brother who is in DC because we didn't grow up with him.
Right.
But dealing with that growing up and starting, especially when you're younger and the older you get, you start to see how the differences are. You know what I mean?
Right.
You start to realize who is the favorite.
Yeah.
You see, you start to understand what you don't understand. You just see it happening, and you're like, "What the fuck?
Right.
Why is that individual getting more attention than anybody else?" And you never really understand it until you get older enough to actually look into all the relationships and see why.
Yeah.
And in this particular situation, that that sibling needed that attention.
Right.
Which I didn't understand that, and neither did my other sibling understand that for a long time, for years. It could have been a situation where you end up resentful towards your parents.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But,
Yeah. And that's what I'm getting to too. Yeah.
But we were smart enough to try to like reel that thought back in and try to figure out where it was coming from. Right. But it was because that individual needed the attention.
Right.
The other two didn't necessarily need that type of attention because we were okay. You know, we were trying our best to do what we needed to do to be okay.
Right.
And we were doing okay with it. Now, the other one kind of stumbled, and that's where all the attention went. Now, what gets crazy about that whole situation is when you can you can present something to your parent and be like, look, this is what I'm doing. And instead of them saying, oh, that's great, they go right back to the one who needs the attention and will say, well, he's doing this,
right.
you know.
Yeah.
And it's at first people around me who have seen that happen, they get pissed.
Right.
But me and the sibling that is not the favorite, we just like roll it off the shoulder because we know where it's coming from. It's not because they love us any less. It's just it's a different whole kind of feeling with that kid.
Yes,
you know.
yes.
So
Yeah, and I mean, you know, I say that happens in a lot of places. I mean, I think it's hard for you to have I know a lot of people who's had 2 kids.
Yeah.
Naturally, your first fucking kid is probably gonna be your favorite. Yeah, I mean, that's the first kid you had. That's your pride and joy. You was so googly eyed at that first kid, and then down the line you had another one. Not saying you ain't gonna love that kid no less,
right?
But my first baby, you're always my first. Like, I feel like, you know, that's what could happen to me if I was going to pick a favorite. But, you know, so, yeah, there's a lot of expectations, you know, involved with kids. Like, like, I was just thinking about one of my friends I used to have. I used to have a friend named Sam Skull. And I don't know who remembers this. A lot of people in my class would. But Sam Skull was a cool dude, man. And he was a cool dude. Silly, funny, you know, had a lot going for himself, made good grades, and you know, play sports, play football with us and stuff. And when I think we were freshmen, or no, we might have even still been in middle school, 8th grade. Well, he got his report card and he took a B home. He killed himself.
No,
because he didn't want to give the report card to his parents.
A B,
because he knew they were, or he might have even gave it to him and they fussed at him.
A B,
yes.
Damn.
So the expectations of, you know,
of who or what he was supposed to be was too high for him.
Right, and he killed himself, and I'll never forget that. Just like, I mean, because at that time I was making Fs. And I was like, if I brought home a motherfucking B,
my mom would like take me,
nigga. I might get McDonald's today. but I mean, it's not funny. But
no, but you have to make light of that part of it.
There's a lot of expectations put on people. Like, I've
seen parents try to live vicariously through their kids,
right?
And that is not a good look. I mean, I've watched people online who berate their kids while they're playing sports because they're not doing how they think they should be doing. Or I watch parents go to battle with each other at little softball games that their kids are playing with. They're kids, you know, let them be kids. Why I gotta bring your insanity to that? Watch them, but it is funny to watch them brawl though. That'd be cracking me up.
Like the situations that I deal with, I mean, like the expectations, like, you know, I'm the life of the party, right? Y'all niggas know when Figgz come around, we about to have fun.
But is it hard for you to maintain that?
It is, because now I don't want no parts of that shit,
right?
And so you still expect me to be the life of the party, and I look weak, like I look like I lost a step when I say, nah, man, I'm just gonna chill.
I see what you're saying.
Oh, I've heard Figgz used to be fun.
Right.
Yeah, you know what I mean, nigga? No, times have changed, life has changed.
And I'm grown the fuck up.
Yeah. So I mean, there's a lot of expectations.
Yeah, I have a friend who does he does hair. And I know you know who he is. Preston Latham, what's up?
My nigga.
He does hair, and you know Preston. He's very funny, and he's very out there, and he's very what's the word? Exuberant. He's a lot of energy comes from this man.
He hates the word moist.
You're welcome. He's very, very up and outgoing. But I have seen this man, like I've sat and talked to him, and I've seen him kind of just bear down with weariness because he's so tired of being up all the time.
Right.
And people expect that of him all the time.
Yeah, me too.
And he's never complained about it. I've never heard him say anything like that. But I can just tell that sometimes I just want to be over here and not be up.
Right. I don't want to be happy all the time.
Right.
And like, you know, especially with what I've been through, like it got to a point where I said, fuck it.
Yeah.
I ain't fake smiling today. Like I just ain't fake smiling. I'm tired of faking it.
Right.
You see people and they ask you how you doing. You instead of going into a big long ass story, you just say I'm doing all right.
Yeah.
I'm doing good.
Right.
You know, but you know, like, but there's days that I don't want to fake it. So I don't come out of my motherfucking house. Like, I don't want to face nobody. A motherfucker ask me how I feel today, I'm going to say, bad, nigga. Real bad. Like,
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
I can't fake it.
How do you handle when people say you used to be fun? What is your response to that? How do you deal with it? Or do you just play it off like,
I really
whatever?
don't pay no attention to that because the things that made me fun, then, you know, like, you know, I mean, hell, everybody knows I got a bag of weed in my pocket.
Right.
They know we about to smoke.
Right.
You know, I'd buy a bottle of liquor, a big ass bottle of liquor. Now it ain't that way. So with that being said, like, yeah, I mean, I ain't no fun. You know what I mean? Like, I just ain't no fun. But like, I mean, you know, my priorities is different. You know what I'm saying?
It amazes me that people still try to live like they did when they was in their 20s and 30s and shit.
There's some motherfuckers.
Nigga, you like right at 50.
Yeah, some niggas going hard.
Yeah, and I'm like, you need to like reel that shit back in a little bit.
Yeah, I'm not with it.
No.
Nigga, I got a bedtime these days. A real one. Nigga, I got a four chamber medicine case that I gotta take medicine by certain times and shit and eat with it and shit. Right. You can't have Hennessy and everything else with it. Like, I mean, I just can't do it, man.
Right. I totally understand that. Life changes you as you get older.
And it's sad because I used to be that dude.
Well, yeah, but I don't think it's all that sad. I mean, shit, it says a lot for you, the fact that you're still around. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people can't even fathom that. You know, you've got to, not you, but in general, people have to understand that as we get older, things are going to change. Whether you want them to or not, they are going to change. And that's some shit you either going to embrace or you're going to try living like you did back in the day and rush your entrance into the grave. You know what I mean? Right. So, you know, you can't do that shit. Like, not everybody can do that shit like they used to.
There's all kinds of expectations.
Yeah.
You lend a nigga money and he thinks since you got money that you ain't gonna expect him to pay you the fuck back. There's all kinds of expectations.
In a situation like that, if you loan somebody money, do you actually expect to get it back, or do you just be like, look,
there's niggas I lend money that as soon as I give it to them, I know I know I'll never see it again.
Well, that was my question. That's the question.
But I still give it to him. That's the problem.
Do you look at it like, you know what, I know, you just look at it like that, I know I'm not going to get this back. You don't say that, but in your head, you're like, I know I ain't going to get this back.
It's like lending a nigga a shirt. Which I don't want it back. Like,
I was going to say, you don't want that back. But,
you lend niggas. I've lent niggas shit and just while I'm passing it to them, just looking at it like,
well, that's it.
Yeah, you ain't never gonna get that back. like I mean, like so, like I mean, so
that shit is funny.
My movies, that's what I be going off about.
Your movie.
Everybody want to borrow some movies
Because you got a good collection of movies.
Collection.
Yeah,
but I'll lend them to you. And I tell everybody when I'm gonna write your name down on this pad. And I ain't playing no games. If you don't bring my motherfucking shit back, we're gonna have beef. This is gonna be real beef. I tell them, I say I take my movies serious, dog. I take my movies serious. I'm tired of rebuying the same fucking movies over and over.
We had that issue too, except for we made a mistake in not putting names down of shit. Now we've got a few movies missing right now that we don't know. I think that was in the move that they got gone. But for the most part, we've had a few movies just disappear. And we think it's just because we lent them to somebody and didn't know who or what they were.
Yeah, I see all your movies. I bet niggas be over here like Blockbuster. Like, motherfuckers, ooh, I ain't seen this in a while. Ooh. And then they say, let me borrow one movie. And then I give them one, and then they, I didn't see this. Can I borrow this one too? By the time they leave, they got 4 movies and shit.
That hadn't happened in a long time. It has happened.
I never forget. I let some kids. I had the whole Batman collection, and it was something else. And I lent some kids because they didn't. I don't even know if they had cable. And I lent some kids those movies so they had something to watch.
Right.
And them motherfuckers ain't never brought my movies back. And that just ain't never brought my movie. They just kept them. They was them. I had to rebuy the Batmans and shit. You know what I mean?
How long ago was that?
That was probably about...
Are they grown now?
Yeah, they grown enough where I could punch them in the throat. But I ain't even gonna lie, they family.
Oh, for real?
So I can't even trip. But them little motherfuckers ain't never even thought about the fact that I might want to see Michael Keaton as Batman. They just said, thanks, cuz.
And we out. That's funny. That is hilarious.
Yeah.
Expectations of something else, boy.
Well, there's a lot of expectations.
Any more that you got in mind?
I'm just thinking.
Because that whole sibling
niggas expect me not to smack the shit out of them.
That's one of your expectations.
Yeah, niggas
somebody
think
not expecting you to smack
the shit out of them. They expect me to just take whatever they throw my way. They expect me to just chill. And then when I hit them with a hammer, they like, what the fuck you do that for? Like, it's a lot of expectations.
That shit
but
is
yeah,
crazy.
do we? But I think a lot of people do. I honestly, I think a lot of people suffer from the expectations that others have for them.
Yeah,
especially I think family or parents is the most pressure. You always want to do right by your family. There's probably a lot of kids in college at a college that they didn't even really want to go to because their parents expected them to go there.
Oh, yeah.
Or,
that's that vicarious thing I was saying.
People, they expect you to do shit.
Yeah.
But see me, I like to rebel. If I find out that you're expecting me to do some shit, I'm gonna do the opposite just because it'll throw your ass off. Yeah. So I have fun with it. I make a game out of it. You expect me to be home at 4?
I'll be home at 6:30. That's crazy, but yeah, expectations are insane. I've had friends who had parents expecting them to do all kinds of pressure. All kinds of pressure put on them and making bad grades. That story you told me though, I've never had that experience. That's rough right there. That's some. It makes you kind of wonder what exactly were his parents wanting out of him.
Yeah.
And to the point to where it bothered that child out the way it did.
And shit like that, like that's pressure I ain't never felt. Like, so it makes me think like how much pressure was on this kid to where he thought that
that was his only out.
His alternative.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there's a lot of kids with that, with the bully and shit.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, I don't know. I feel like, you know, we've always talked about I was bullied. I was bullied for years in school. I had problems. But never once did I come home with the mind state, well, I'm just going to get rid of myself.
Right.
I took it till I learned how to fight the fuck back.
Right.
And I finally fought back. And then, you know.
It stopped, didn't it?
Yeah. And maybe I'm stronger minded than these kids that are doing this to themselves. But, you know, I wish that there's a way that we could reach in, because it's so fucking senseless that, you know, this would happen.
Yeah. And the cruelty that kids feed each other was fascinating to me. I don't know where that shit comes from. Is that parenting, or is that just kids in general? Because some of the cruel ass shit that kids do is just fascinating.
And I'll tell you a good story about that. My grandson is just now old enough to ride the bus to school.
Okay.
And he's so little. And so I was worried that his little ass was going to get bullied or picked up. And it's a story that I seen not too long ago, and I don't know exactly where it was, but it was a kid that was actually getting raped on the back of the bus every day.
No.
Yes, and the bus driver had no clue. Nobody had no clue.
That's horrible.
My thoughts is, I'll kill you if you do anything to my grandson.
Right.
Well, this nigga is his first day. I mean, his first run on the bus, and they already about to kick him off because they said he been hitting little kids in the head. They got him assigned seats. I was like, well, I don't think I got to worry about him.
Well, you got to worry about being a bully, though.
Man, I tried to tell him today. I tried to talk to him, and that nigga just, he didn't hear none of that. He just headed the phone back to his mama and went in the house. He didn't want to hear that shit. But I'm sorry to all the parents that they can't come home with a nod on their head. But I was worried. I was real worried. You know,
that shit is funny. So, but you were bullied in school, right?
Yeah,
I was bullied one time in school. And I'm not going to say this chick's name, but it was the year before I went to freshman year. So I was in 8th grade, and it was at the end of the year. And she was like, she was bigger than me at the time. And she was like, yeah, when you get to Greenville High, we going to whip your ass. We going to initiation shit. You know?
Man, initiation.
And I was like, okay, you know, I'm not sure what I'm deserving this for. And then I shot up that next year.
Yeah.
and bitches left me the fuck
alone. I
I
think I got a clue of who you talking to. And if you want to know the truth, I believe she bullied me too.
We'll talk when it's over. But it didn't happen after that.
You know,
I was a big kid, and they were gonna fuck with me.
I was small. I was small. I think it had, and now I look back to it, I think it had a lot to do with the jealousy.
Yeah, of your
my family and the things that, you know, I might have had that they didn't have.
Right.
But
Could be.
I mean, it got so bad I had to switch schools at one point in time. Yeah, and then I came back, and then I was bullied by a whole new set of people.
That's crazy.
And I ain't even gonna lie, it was all girls.
For real?
Yeah.
I don't know what that's about.
I know what it was about. They was trying to make me date one of them, and I didn't want to date one of them. So every day I had to fight one of them. It got bad.
Because they was trying to date you.
Yeah, I mean, they was bad. I'm sure I wasn't the only motherfucker they done fucked up. Yeah, I mean, but as I got older, I realized what that was about. Okay. You know what I'm saying? You know.
Did you fought?
Hell, I'm friends with all of them. Like
for real?
We're best friends. Like I see them all the time. Like, you know what I'm saying? But we was kids and shit was different.
That's funny,
you know.
You ain't gonna date me, I'm gonna beat your ass.
Yeah, and I'm calling her, and I ain't gonna say no names, but y'all, some of y'all listening to this motherfucking podcast know exactly who the fuck you are. Take my G jacket and throw it in the trash can and shit.
Really?
Yeah, like
that's crazy.
Yeah, like I mean,
see, I never experienced any of that. I never experienced any of that, so I was lucky. Sorta, because I was a big kid. But did I ever get any bullying like that? Or name call? I had name calling and shit because people were already assumed that I was a gay kid.
I used to get bullied by a dude. He ain't no longer. He don't live around here, and you might know him. His name was Sam Hamilton.
I know the name. Why would I say so?
His favorite saying was "Eat me raw balls and all."
I remember this.
He was from Alabama, and you know, for years, like, you know, he would try to bully me, and everybody was really terrified of Sam because he was just so fucking mean. Really, and not a lot of people was that mean around here. He come from Alabama, so we was intimidated by all of that. And it got to a point where I would used to have to lie to the teacher and tell her that I had to put my little cousin on the bus. So I needed to leave a couple minutes early from class. And that way I could get a good seat on the bus, because if I sit behind Sam, he was going to fire me up as I was walking to get off the bus.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and I had to deal with that for a very long time. Well, these niggas was slick. It was another nigga too. I ain't going to name his name, but I'm just going to say Sam Hamilton. But they sent a nigga they couldn't figure out how I was getting a good seat on the bus. So these niggas sent a dude to the water fountain to see me leave to get on the bus early. So they figured it out.
Damn.
Yeah, they figured it out. So
what kind of evilness is behind that?
Kids, man.
Kids are fucked up. Anyway, go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but go ahead.
Well, there was one day that there was a substitute driver. Freddie wasn't on the bus.
Okay.
Freddie didn't play no games.
All right.
But it was a substitute driver on the bus, and I knew, and I didn't get a good seat, and I knew that I was going to get fired up.
Okay.
So I come walking down the aisle, and before he got a chance to swing, I just dove on him. I started swinging.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, I started swinging. I don't even know if I was connecting. I was just swinging for the fences. And because I knew what he was going to do.
All right.
And this girl gets in the middle of this fight and tries to break it up. And he reaches over her shoulder, and one of his nails scratched my actual eyeball.
Oh, shit.
And I had to go to the doctor, and my mama was like, nah, we just can't do this all the time. So she sent me to another school for 2 years, and I came back, and them same niggas was there, and them niggas never picked on me again.
Right.
Because,
they saw you.
Yeah,
they saw you at work.
Yeah, so, I mean, but, you know, that's just kind of how that went, but, you know, that's just what I say, man. I know people don't teach that and ain't going to teach that, and that's the wrong shit to teach. But I'm going to tell you right now, if I had a son, when he goes to school and he tell me that some kid hit him, I'm going to say, you hit him fucking back.
They don't teach it now, but shit, growing up, my mom and daddy both said if you don't whip their ass, I'm going to whip your ass.
I took some ass whoopings as a little kid that my mama would watch and wouldn't let me in the house until I fought back.
Right.
Yeah, like, don't come in here until you fight back. And I'd be like, hey, nigga, he done hit me in my eye. I ain't trying to fuck with him. Like, you know what I mean? So, but,
yeah, my parents was like, you don't let people just run over you like that.
Right.
Yeah. So, you know, take up for yourself. And my brother, he was the athlete, so he was like kind of popular in high school when he was in high school. So he would always be the one to stop bullies.
Right.
There was a gay guy in town. I can't remember his name. And later on in life, he became a drag queen. He's passed away since then, but he was a classmate with my brother, and they used to pick on him all the time because he was obviously gay. and they used to pick on him all the time. And my brother was the only one to stop them from picking on him, you know. And dude never forgot that. And when I met this guy later on in life, excuse me, he said, "What's your name?" And I told him. He said, "Really? Do you have a brother?" I was like, "Yeah." And he said, "Your brother was the reason I did not hurt myself in high school." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And he was like, "He took up for me when everybody was picking on me." I was like, "Really?" He said, "Yeah." He said he stopped them from picking on me, and that was probably the thing that saved my life when I was in high school. And I was like, "Wow, that's crazy how something like what would seem so minuscule to somebody else is so big for somebody else that he didn't end himself because my brother took up for him, you know, which was just amazing to me."
And I don't like bullies. I had my share of being a bully too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I did. I tried to be a bully on a couple occasions, and most times it did end well. So, I mean, just in the long run, whether karma came back and hit me, you know, yeah, being a bully ain't good. You can call Jason Ripley right now. He'll tell you a story. That's his claim to fame. When anybody talks to him about me, he'll tell you a story about me beating up a bully that was bullying him every day and going up the hill. Right. And the fucked up thing about it is I believe Jason was 2 times bigger than me when I was a kid.
Say, Jason's a big dude too.
Big up to Jay.
Yeah. I hadn't talked to Rip in a minute. I need to holler at him.
Yeah.
But it's fascinating. I remember he has told me that story before, and it's fascinating because knowing him the way we know him now, he's like 8 foot tall, and you just don't see him as being bullied as a kid, but you never know what people are going
I'll
through.
tell you this last story, and this will tell you why you shouldn't be a bully.
Okay.
When I went during the time that I had to switch schools from getting bullied, I tried to be a bully. It was this dude in my class. His name was Travis. I think he passed. God rest Travis Williams. We're in class, and he's fucking with the girls in the class. He's making them be like, making them mad and shit. And he's talking shit to him, and I was like, "Yo, Travis, you need to cut that shit out." And them girls was like, "Yeah, Drell, tell that nigga, leave me alone." And I was like, "Yeah, nigga." I started flashing my muscles. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? And he was like, I'm cool. What I forgot was we rode the same bus home, and he got off a stop right before mine. So I even try to play it. We get on the bus, and he's sitting there like, "Yeah, what was you saying in class? You gonna whoop my ass?" I was like, "Nah, man. You know, I was just fronting for the females, nigga. You know, I ain't gonna do nothing. We cool, man. I was just playing." He said, "Oh yeah, okay. Well, wait down here at the bus stop when you get out." And I was like, all right, what up? So we get over the rocks. He says, "So you was gonna whoop my ass?" And I said, "Man, I told you we was cool." I couldn't even get it out of my mouth. This motherfucker has jumped up and kicked me in my chin.
Oh shit!
I said, "Wait a minute, man. Wait a minute." And as I'm trying to gather myself, this motherfucker jumps up and kicks me in my face again. And then I'm like, okay, so I'm coming at him. And he tries to jump up and kick me again, but I caught his leg. And I tried to throw him on the ground. And by that time, another dude had came and broke us the fuck up.
So you didn't get no revenge?
I didn't get no revenge. And needless to say, I was a little scared to try to get some revenge, because we had to catch the bus together the next day. But anyway, I cried all the way up at hill. I cried like a little bitch. I was like, "Oh my God, I just got my motherfucking ass whooped. I just got my ass whooped." And then we caught the bus the next day, and he's like, "Man, you good?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm good. You good?" He's like, "Yeah," and we was cool ever since. But that nigga, he kicked me in my motherfucking chin. First of all, don't nobody expect to get kicked in the chin. He did it twice before I could realize what the fuck was going on. I took an ass whooping. But that's what being a bully gets you.
Kicked in the chin.
Yeah. Fucked up. Feeling stupid. Like, why the fuck I say that shit in that class? Because right now, my bottom tooth is loose. True fucking story. True fucking story.
He got kicked in the chin.
I did.
Oh,
motherfucking Karate Kid style. He might have even did a crane kick. That might have been what the fuck it was. I swear to God, if I'm lying, I'm flying right over in front of the Moose Lodge.
That shit is funny as hell. Kicked in the chin.
We was talking about expectation. Now we talking about my ass getting beat up.
Well, you didn't expect to get beat up.
And he was a white boy. You didn't expect that white boy to do that to you. You did. So don't be expecting
not to get that ass.
Yeah, even though he's white. Like we can tie it all in. You don't expect shit.
That's what I always say. Don't expect nothing out of nobody.
No.
But yeah,
so I would have expected him to kick me in my motherfucking shit. I might have could have moved out the way. No, I ate two. I ate a 2-piece.
All right, I guess we'll call it on this one.
Yeah, but yeah, that should be the moral. That's the moral of the motherfucking story.
Don't expect nothing out of nobody, and don't bully people.
Yeah,
and you'll get kicked in the chin.
Nigga.
We out. Yeah, we got. What the hell is that?
I'm scratching.
Oh, is that what that was? That confused the fuck out of me. Anyway, we get ready to do a Figgz House, but it's gonna be a split because I had some crazy shit.
It's gonna be a Biggs and Figgz
It's a double feature because I had some really weird shit happen to me last night.
I got some shit that I'm fucking about sick of.
I'll do mine first because mine ain't that big of a deal, but it was wild. You know my dog Link, loud as fuck. He ain't gonna hurt nobody.
Always sniffing my ass.
Whatever. He's a dog. He gonna sniff ass. But we have a set schedule for him to go outside once in the morning, once in the afternoon when we come home, then once like before bed. And we usually sit him up on this chain. And he goes down the steps, wanders through the yard because the chain reaches all the way to the back and up to the front. So he has plenty of room to move around. And we usually leave him out about 10, 15 minutes, for him to do whatever he got to do, and we let him come back in the house. Well, last night, we let him out, and we didn't really forget about him, but we were just watching TV, and all of a sudden we hear this loud, he's barking, but it wasn't a normal bark. It was more like an aggressive, like I'm fighting
he's
some
about
shit.
To fuck something up.
Yeah, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? So Tim went to go let him in, and the way our porch is, you've seen it, the way our porch is, the railing is like right outside the door. So once you open the door, he can come right in.
Right.
But Tim went and opened the door and was trying to get Link to come in, but as soon as he did, a gigantic raccoon was sitting on the guardrail, and it like did its thing, like it was going to jump on Tim, scared the fuck out of him. Yeah, so he had to come back in the house, and he was like, there's this gigantic fucking raccoon outside on the porch. I was like, for real? He's like, yeah. He said, that's why the dog is going crazy. So I go out the front door, and I'm trying to get the dog to come to me, but he ain't having it because he's ready to beat the shit out that raccoon, which I think he went around with him because the raccoon was trying to get away, but it was trapped because it couldn't get because he can go all the way down through where the chain is, and the raccoon is stuck right there in the middle. So he can't come my way. He can't come in the house. He can't come that way. So finally, I got a hold of the dog because he was so mad that he broke the chain.
Oh, wow.
Right. So I finally got a hold of the dog. I was like, get your ass in this house. So he finally knew, since I had the chain, he came on in the house, and the raccoon ran away. And finally, the dog, it took him about 15 minutes before he was done being riled up. Our dog usually, once he gets his, not even aggression, but his, I guess, excitement out, he's fine. But I noticed that he had a nick on his ear. So I didn't know if the raccoon bit him, scratched him, or whatever. So we actually had to take him to the vet today to make sure his shots and stuff was up and that they were straight, because we didn't want him to get rabies and, whatever comes with it. But the idea that we had an issue with stuff trying to burrow its way under our porch for ever since we've been here. And before we got here, my mom used to have the same issue. She had a groundhog living under the porch.
Really?
Yeah. But this time it was that big ass raccoon. And that was just our night, and partial of our day was having to deal with a gigantic raccoon. That raccoon was half the size of my dog.
Damn.
That's how big it was. It was huge. I've never seen a raccoon that fucking big before.
My girl live out in the country, and I'm just now really getting introduced to raccoons, because them niggas, they just basically come knock on your motherfucking door.
Raccoons ain't scared of shit. They're crazy, and they don't give a fuck. They're not scared of nothing.
I bugged out up at the Hyperion because I went back there to get something out of the ice thing one day. At Wilma told me to go back there, and the whole family's back there just chilling, just coming up to you. She said, "Look, you can feed them. They take it right out of your hand." And
if they get acclimated to people, they're not necessarily nice, but they ain't gonna go after you.
Right.
You know what I mean? They'd rather run.
Nigga.
But this one,
well, I tell you this, you might want to get some protection.
But the thing about it is I'll tell you another situation that's kind of similar to that. We caught a possum. Got into a trap that we caught because we didn't know what it was that was trying to get under the house or under the porch, and we caught it. And I called animal, what's the animal service?
Animal shelter.
They ain't shit. They not worth a fucking shit. I was like, okay, we caught this possum. What are we supposed to do with it? They say you can put it down, or you can let it loose in your backyard. And I'm like, how can you put it down? They're like, well, if you've got a gun, you can shoot it. Now, that being said, ain't nobody in this house got a gun. But I know somebody who in my family that's got a gun.
And second of all, I just caught the motherfucker. Why I'm gonna let it out of my backyard?
Exactly.
I'm trying to get it out of the motherfucker.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So then what was crazy about that is before I asked my nephew if he would come and shoot it for me. And he was like, yeah, I'll do it. But then I got to thinking, I'm like, you never hear gunshots. You might hear them out in the county. So I wanted to make sure that was even legal. You can't even shoot a gun in the city limits. And I'm like, so how are they going to tell me to shoot an animal in the city limits and it not be illegal? It just didn't make any fucking sense.
Pet rescue, something.
Yeah, and I mean they wouldn't come and pick it up. Well, you can't even you can't take the animal somewhere else and let it out either, because that's illegal transfer of an animal. And I'm like, so I'm just supposed to let it out in my backyard? What is the fucking point? So I'm supposed
to chill with this raccoon on my porch, niggas?
Right? It made no sense. I'm like, this is just insane. So we figured it out, but we'll talk about that some other time. But that was my situation at Figgz House.
You need to figure out a way to block under your porch.
Well, we working on it. It's just that takes money, and we're gonna have to get concrete poured and everything else. And we're working on it though. But anyway, what's going on with Figgz House though? What happened to you?
This is gonna cause some shit.
Oh shit!
Cause I'm sick of motherfuckers, man. People come over my house and tell me what to do, and it's getting to the point where, okay, I had this corner, and I go buy a bunch of snacks. Now I don't even fucking half the time eat a lot of them, but I like to have a variety of snacks. We got chips, we got cookies, we got oatmeal pies is a biggie in my house. Well, my girl and her long-haired son comes over my motherfucking house and goes in the kitchen and fucks up my snacks.
What do you mean? Like eating them all?
Yes. Motherfucking her long-haired ass son has demolished whole large boxes of oatmeal pies. And then I say something. You know what the fuck they tell me?
What they tell you?
Nigga, get some more snacks. Get some better snacks. I get threatened in my own motherfucking house about my snacks. I get talked about if the proper snacks are not in there. Used to, I'd have that whole corner snacked up, and to be honest, shit would go bad. It would sit there for so long, unopened boxes of shit. Because, like, I don't eat a lot of sweets and stuff, you know, so it goes so long, yeah. So I really can't argue because they eat it. And I'm going to go to the store and I'm going to get some more motherfucking snacks. But it ain't because you told me to go to the store and get some more motherfucking snacks. In my house, eat my shit. Had a nerve to tell me, I went out till Saturday, had a nerve to tell me, man, we smashed that corner. And I was like, well, to me, the whole corner, like, I went over and looked, shit ain't there that used to be there. Like, I mean, I told her ass, I'm going to get me a motherfucking glass case with a lock, and I'm going to have it filled with all the luxurious snacks, and it's going to be locked. So when y'all go in there and look, y'all just going to have to look at the Oreos. And they be doing it while I'm there too. They just take turns. I mean, long-head to go in there, come around the corner. I run into his ass. He got an oatmeal pie in his mouth. I'm like, what? Motherfucker. Like, yeah, nigga. I tell you what. And see, the crazy thing about him is, I guess I don't complain as much because he was an awkward little fucker. So it was certain things he didn't like to eat. Like, he didn't like to eat, you know, the normal shit that kids would eat. Like, he was a chicken nugget. And, well, I say this all the time. I've watched this little motherfucker eat 12 biscuits. Damn. With no butter, no jelly. Just dry biscuits. And that was just kind of the shit he liked. So we worried for a long time whether he was going to, you know, adapt to new food. This motherfucker is 16 right now. And or 15 really. But he eats more than any motherfucking one human being I've ever seen in my life. Man, it's got to the point where I'm embarrassed to go to the restaurants with him.
Why? Because
used to, we go to restaurants, you order some chicken fingers and that's it. Now we gonna get an appetizer and this nigga is stuffing that shit in his mouth so fast, fucking shit hanging out of it, shrimp and shit with sauce, using his fingers with shit that he definitely needs a fork and a spoon with. I be like, nigga, you act like you ain't never ate, but it's no question now, he is eating people out of house and home.
Like literally.
Yeah, like my snacks. Talking about we fucked them chicks mix up. Y'all better get the fuck out. I told her I'm changing the locks. But I can't even fucking have shit in my own motherfucking house. I don't get no respect. And when I get snacks for her house, that little long-haired motherfucker goes in there and eats them too. I have my own little cabinet where I kept shit. Ain't a motherfucking Reese cup of that motherfucker. Nothing.
Shit is hilarious.
I can't have nothing, but yeah, I'm mad. Motherfuckers coming over my house taking the fuck over.
Eating up all your snacks.
All my pig feet. All my hog mouth. I like pig feet. Like shit.
That shit is great. So
trying to hide fucking oatmeal pie wrappers and shit so I don't see them. Shit in your pocket. And then gonna threaten me.
What they say?
I told my girl that I was having this conversation about they ass today. I said this is the perfect Figgz House. And she said, I don't give a fuck what you say about me. You just better have them snack stocked up next time I come over that motherfucker.
I can hear her saying
Yeah. Like, motherfucker, I'm gonna be at the store mad as a fuck.
But you getting them snacks,
and buy
bro.
some oatmeal pies knowing I ain't gonna get but 2 of them. Motherfucker.
So that's Figgz House. Yo, if y'all want snacks,
Yeah. I guess.
if y'all want snacks,
Hell yeah. Nutty Buddy bars, what you want? Rice Krispie
you
treats.
got fudge rounds.
No, but I was told today that I better get some Star Crunches.
I hate Star
I
Crunch.
don't like Star Crunches too. I said it'd be a cold day of hell for it to be a Star Crunch in this motherfucker. I do like fudge rounds though.
I love fudge rounds. That's some good shit.
I buy my baby some Star Crunches. She gonna have to wait till I'm home because I am changing the locks.
So don't go to Figgz House expecting all the free snacks.
Yeah, because it ain't none long head and his mama ate them all.
So yeah, I guess that's Figgz House.
Yeah.
Yo, y'all come and see it or check us out on Spotify and Apple. We got some podcast comedy for y'all, so just check it out.
And we got a Facebook page too. Y'all motherfuckers be neglected.
Yeah, come and visit us and holler at us and say some shit. We might put you on the air.
Yeah, give us some ideas.
Yeah, you never know. We might holler at y'all. All right,
This nigga can't read.
damn. All right, we'll holler at y'all. We out.